What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video. This is the first look video for Week 10 NFL. As you guys know, or if you're new, at the beginning of the week I do this first look lineup vid where we build an entire lineup together. We pretty much only talk about the players that we're putting into the first look lineup and just kind of get you started on the slate, right? And then at the end of the week on Friday, I post a final look video where we go position by position and break down all of the plays that we're interested in, like the entire player pool that we're wanting to play. All right? So in this lineup, in this video, we're going to fill a complete lineup. Go ahead and take a second, comment down below in the comment section who you believe will be the highest scoring DraftKings player this week for Week 10 and their point total for a chance to win $100. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't already. Drop a like on the video down below if you haven't already. And let's get straight into it. Now, first and foremost, Week 9 was disappointing because it was one of those weekends where, and everybody who plays DFS knows it well, where you're just looking great. You know, everybody's doing what they got to do, and then you have a player in that 325 game, and I had Justin Jackson, and as you guys all know, Justin Jackson had like a mysterious injury in the beginning of the game before he even got on the field and did nothing. That is always frustrating, and it's even more frustrating when you will barely miss cash even with a zero out of Justin Jackson. So we had a huge Week 9, man. That's the way I'm looking at it, is that we had a huge Week 9, and then we just had big time unluck with Justin Jackson getting hurt at the end. And that's really, when it comes to DFS and you have an injury take you out, you can't really let it bother you too much. That's something out of your control. Only thing you can control is the amount of effort that you put in throughout the week, the amount of preparation, and where you put yourself before lock. Like the lineup that you finish with. If you look at that lineup and you're like, I can't improve on this, I feel very confident in it. I'm happy in it. Regardless of outcome, you need to be able to just accept it and move on. And that's what I've gotten really, really good at. I realize that I put so much effort and time into these things. So if something happens out of the ordinary and it doesn't work out for me, I understand that that's DFS, and I just move on to Week 10 and hope for the best there. But on a huge bright note, after a disappointing Week 9 robbed us, the beginning of Week 10 for Monday Night Football was beautiful. All right? Monday Night Football was beautiful. We almost got the takedown from Monday Night Showdown. It was a beautiful night. On top of that, you guys know I've been getting into the breaking boxes for sports cards, and which has been going great, by the way. We had an amazing break last night out of the 2020 Panini Phoenix box. We got a Tua rookie. We got a Joe Burrow patch rookie. We got a one-of-one card. And we got an autographed rookie. Like, we got some major hits in that box. So it was a great night in general. Let's go ahead and keep it going. If you want to get involved in any of the box breaks that I do, I'll be doing those at night times. During the day, I study DFS. At night, normally I do box breaks, so they're all going to be scheduled about 8 o'clock or later. So go check it out, gldbreaks.com to get involved in any of the breaks that I have coming up. We only have 4 spots open for one of the breaks. We already sold out of another Phoenix box. We already sold out of the 2020 Illusions coming up on the 12th. So literally I only have one more box of Phoenix, 4 spots left. So go check it out. Now, let's get into this. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad for the week. Go ahead and jump on for Week 10. It's going to be a big week for us. Let's get into this first look lineup. Starting off at quarterback, first way I want to go, Jared Goff. You guys know I've been doing a lot of this. All right? I've been doing a ton of this, plain and simple. I play a lot of quarterback versus Seattle, especially with the Rams being at home. That's great. You know what I mean? Obviously, at home in a dome is more of my thing, but I'll take it. Jared Goff going against Seattle. Seattle's defense sucks versus quarterbacks, receivers. It's just a great situation here. And with that being said, let me go ahead and just go the guy that I'm going to pair him with. You can go Cooper Kupp too, but I'm going to prefer Robert Woods solely on the fact that Kupp's the slot guy. Wide receiver ones on the outside have been destroying Seattle. So I'm going to go ahead and keep taking advantage of that. And I'm going to go Robert Woods here at 6'6". You can go either one. You could even figure out a way to go both. All right. I'm not going to hate you for it at all. I think this game's going to be a very good game. So yeah, here we go. I expect Seattle to come out firing, and I think the Rams are probably going to have to throw a ton to keep up. So that's the game script I'm expecting here as well. All right. Running back. First running back I want to talk about is Jerome Robinson. Oh, sorry, James Robinson. James Robinson for Jacksonville going against Green Bay. Now, the best thing about this is this dude's been a workhorse last 2 weeks. 22 carries, 25 carries. With this rookie quarterback in, expect a lot of James Robinson. And going against Green Bay, it's a fantastic matchup. This is a Green Bay squad that gave up almost 52 to Dalvin Cook, almost 30 to Ronald Jones. Fantastic matchup for James Robinson. And on top of that, it's expected to have 20-mile-per-hour winds around game time. So that's going to downgrade the pass game and upgrade the run game. Definitely love James Robinson here in this one. All right, speaking of upgrading the run game, on the other side, I love Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones came back. He was a bit limited in his comeback, but he did still get 15 carries. It's just obvious how much they want to involve this dude. On top of that, Green Bay is the highest total team on the slate, and they're 14-point favorites as of right now. On top of that, it's going to be 20-mile-per-hour winds, like I said. At least it's expected. At the beginning of the week, things can change, so keep an eye on it. But either way, expected high winds, big favorites, big total. Aaron Jones should come in and smash at 7-1. Even limited, it was obvious how much they wanted to get Aaron Jones involved. The dude got 5 targets super quick, 5 catches, 21 rushing yards, and 15 carries. Expect a big performance out of Aaron Jones against Jacksonville here. All right, somebody is due to break out against them. Week 4, Joe Mixon broke out for over 45. Outside of that, they haven't really faced anybody. They haven't faced any big-time running backs. This is a big-time running back, and I expect big things out of him here in a big favored game. Expect a lot of Aaron Jones. All right, next up, a wide receiver I really, really like is Jarvis Landry. Obviously, with Odell Beckham, here we go. Obviously, with Odell Beckham out, Landry's going to get a lot of targets, right? Well, this last time they played, definitely showed. Week 8 was the last time they played. He got 11 targets, only 4 catches, so that's not great. But the targets were there. And now going against Houston, he should be able to hone in and catch more of those. They gave up over 30 to DJ Chark. Gave up almost 50 to Devontae Adams. This Houston secondary has been getting ravaged. All right, so expect Jarvis Landry to have a huge game here. Pay attention to the Baker Mayfield situation. Obviously, we're going to hope Mayfield is back. Let me check on that right now, as a matter of fact. Could be able to gain clearance for the time to practice Wednesday. So I'm going to expect Baker Mayfield's going to be quarterback. Love Jarvis Landry here. All right. Last wide receiver. I just landed on this price point, and it makes sense to me. Curtis Samuel. Now, I expect Tampa Bay to come out firing and really put up a ton of points here against Carolina after being embarrassed by the Saints. Curtis Samuel is a guy that they've been trying to get involved a ton here. On top of that, Christian McCaffrey hurt his shoulder on the last drive of the play. So if McCaffrey misses, it's even better. But even if McCaffrey plays, as you can see, Curtis Samuel still got 9 targets, 9 catches, 105 yards. He's been getting so much usage down in the red zone. He's got 4 touchdowns the last 3 games. He's going against Tampa Bay, not the greatest individual matchup, but they use this guy in so many different ways. The game script is going to be Carolina behind big and having to throw a lot. They're at home in Carolina. Expect a lot of Curtis Samuel, especially if McCaffrey misses. Expect a lot out of Curtis Samuel, Mike Davis, those guys. All right. At tight end, I love that this dude is back, and I'm expecting a big game out of him here. Dallas Goddard. Obviously, Zach Ertz is out for a little bit longer. He only got 1 target against Dallas last week. That's definitely not cool. But the Giants have been giving it up fairly well to tight ends, and I expect Dallas Goddard to bounce back here in this one. At the end of the day, the Eagles love to utilize their tight ends, plain and simple. There is a chance Alshon Jeffrey's back, but at the end of the day, like I said, the tight ends get utilized a lot here. Zach Ertz is still out. Big bump to Dallas Goddard. Expect Goddard to have a big game here. I'm expecting a big one. Week 1, he got 27 against Washington. Hasn't done a ton since. I'm expecting a big one here out of the Giants, and he's going to explode for 15 or more DraftKings points. That's what I'm predicting. Now, this guy's a bit GPP, but I'm going to give you my reasoning and explain to you why. Okay, this is a cheap guy to get in your lineups to be able to afford some other studs. And it is J.D. Mckissick. J.D. Mckissick is the pass-catching back for Washington, okay? He has gotten some very solid targets low-key throughout this season. Let me just give you some examples. He got 8 targets week 4 against Baltimore, 8 targets week 5 against the Rams, 6 targets against the Giants week 6. He had a low performance and only got 2 targets against Dallas, but they blew Dallas out. He didn't need to get targets. 14 targets against the Giants last week. 9 catches, 65 receiving yards. J.D. Mckissick is one of the Washington receivers. On top of that, once Allen went out with injury for Washington, hopefully he's able to recover fine and he'll be okay. Hopefully, he bounces back. But With the new quarterback coming in, he definitely utilized McKissick a ton. Okay, most of those targets came with the new QB. So expect a lot out of him. I'm really, really liking this here. It's a great situation. I think Smith is going to be targeting J.D. McKissick a lot as like a safety valve. And I think they're going to be behind here in a dome against Detroit. So just hear me out. All right, give McKissick a chance. This dude has pretty much been one of these Washington receivers. Expect him to get a lot of work here against Detroit, trying to play catch up. And Detroit struggles against pass catching backs and running backs in general. So I like McKissick. I even like their other rookie. I'm blanking on his name right now. I know you guys are probably screaming it at me right now. I'm blanking on his name for some reason. Let me see. What was his damn name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Screw it. Let's just get the defense. You know who I'm talking about. The damn Washington running back. I'm blanking for some reason. But anyways, for defense, I really love the Saints defense. The Saints are running high right now, man. They just came out and dominated Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Bucks. Now New Orleans is at home against a beat-up San Francisco squad that's missing a lot, man. They're just hurting a lot right now. I'm expecting a defensive touchdown out of the Saints. I think they can absolutely dominate. And at only 3K, it seems like a deal to me. All right? And that's it. So Jared Goff going against Seattle. Don't have to explain much there. We've been picking on that all year long, and it has yet to let me down. James Robinson going against Green Bay. Green Bay gets gashed against the run. And with this rookie quarterback in for Jacksonville, expect more passes going to James Robinson and more usage for Robinson in general. He got 25 carries in this first game of this rookie making his first start. So expect James Robinson to get a lot of work. Aaron Jones on the other side of that game, because not only are their matchups good, but the wind is projected to be heavy, which downgrades the pass game. So we're going to see a lot of short passes to Adams, as always, and we're going to see a lot of Aaron Jones and a lot of James Robinson in this game. Robert Woods is the guy that I prefer to pair up with Goff. He's my favorite guy to pair up with him solely on the fact that, like I said, Kupp plays from the slot, and Seattle has been giving it up a ton to wide receiver ones on the outside. So I'm really loving Robert Woods. Slightly over Kupp, but if you want to go both of them even, I'm completely fine with that in GPPs. Make sure you play a Seattle guy to run it back, though. If you're going to go that heavy Rams, run it back with a Seattle player. All right, Jarvis Landry at home in Cleveland going against Houston. Houston's one of the worst secondaries in the league, defense, period. A lot of points get put up when Houston's on the field. And Jarvis Landry is playing without Odell Beckham, and Baker Mayfield should be back for this game. So Jarvis Landry is a fantastic option under 6K. Curtis Samuel has another value option. Game script is screaming to me Carolina being behind and throwing a ton. On top of that, Curtis Samuel's just been a part of the game plan a ton the last 3 weeks. 4 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. All right? On top of that, Christian McCaffrey banged up his shoulder pretty bad on the last drive of the game. So if McCaffrey misses for sure, Samuel's going to be great. Him and Mike Davis are going to carry this offense. So I really love Curtis Samuel a lot. Dallas Goddard, we know what this dude, he only got 1 target last game, but we know what this dude's capable of, especially when Zach Ertz is out of the lineup. We know how much Wentz loves targeting his tight ends. I'm expecting a big game out of Goddard, 15 plus, calling it. J.D. McKissick is my sleeper of the week as of the first look. I mean, my gut tells me Washington will be behind. Smith is going to be the quarterback for Washington, and once Smith became the quarterback for Washington, McKissick was a huge focal point. All right, so expect McKissick to be one of Smith's favorite targets. Like I said, 14 targets out of McKissick. You're getting a guy that's going to get a ton of pass-catching possibilities in this game in a dome against a team that struggles against pass-catching backs at under 5K in a positive game script for them. Everything matches up. And then the Saints are running high right now. Get to go against a banged-up San Francisco team at home, 3K. And that's it, y'all. Good luck. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. Comment down below who you think is going to be the highest scoring player in DFS this week and their point total for a chance at $100. Go hit up GreenlightDFS.com to join the squad for Week 10, and hit up GLDBreaks.com if you want to join one of our breaks and get have that excitement and stuff, man. It's been a ton of fun. I go live on this YouTube channel 8 p.m. or later to do those breaks, so definitely hit the bell notification next to subscribe so it lets you know when I go live or anything like that. If you're not aware of how box breaks happen and these card break things go down, watch my recent live show and you can kind of just get run through it. The most recent one was a huge one. Pulled that rookie Tua, rookie Joe Burrow patch card, short print, 1 of 1 card, and a rookie auto. It was a huge box for us, so Thank you guys for joining me, and I'm out. Peace.